Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we're taking a look at how the Hollywood Rack's Destination E platform rack for your electric bikes fits on the 2013 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. So the Destination E is an awesome bike rack when it comes to those heavier bikes. You have an included ramp. This tilts away almost 90 degrees, and you have these straps that help keep everything together. Now, some of those features don't work as well for the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, which is what this test fit video is for. One of them is going to be the tilt away feature. If you look back here, you'll see that even if you tilt the entire rack away, you're still going to have clearance issues with this spot over here. So unless you have an extension piece that pushes this out, you will not be able to open up your door without hitting the bike rack. So if you have other vehicles, check out the test fit videos for those, and then I'll show you how to tilt it away to open up your hatch, lower your tailgate, things like that. Now, other things about this bike rack. It has a 70-pound weight capacity. That's a lot for your extra heavy electric bikes and bikes of different shapes and sizes. This is designed to carry those. You have 1, 2, and 3 wheel straps, and then you have a frame mount. So those are a lot of straps. It does take a little bit of time to get your bike on and off of the rack, but once it's on there, it's sturdy. So we're going to take the straps off. So you just press this lever that releases the strap, and now you can lift this up and over and just slide that down so it's out of the way of your spokes. So we'll do all 3 straps. Access that one over here, and then we're going to go over to our ramp before we take off that frame mount. So the ramp, surprisingly, is not included. Well, it is included with your bike rack, but does not store on the bike rack. So compared to the Yakima on-ramp, where I don't have to forget or worry about forgetting the ramp, this one, make sure it's inside your Jeep at all times. So to get this set up, you just loosen this just a little bit, and then there's a tab on your bike rack. Just gonna get that onto the tab and let that drop. Now we can go over to the frame mount. This is a locking frame mount. We have it in the unlocked position, which means we can loosen this knob. And once that knob is all the way loosened, you just lift this out. We'll store it backwards for now, and then gently maneuver your bike down. So this can be tricky with the pedals, handlebars, seats, things like that. We're gonna have to go at an angle here and then come back down. But when you're carrying around 70-pound bikes, this is a lot easier than having to lift them up there. Especially with the Jeep Wrangler having a slightly higher hitch, so the ground clearance is tough. It's appreciated once you have those ramps for those heavy electric bikes. So just store this inside your car. We're gonna put this here. I'll put that away later. And then the straps go back in. Notice how it angles downwards. That's typical of the Hollywood Rack's Destination series of bike racks. Even with their heavier electric bike version. I like it. I think it's good for the different wheelbases. Gives you a little bit of versatility. This wheel track is new, but still pretty cool. And it doesn't really take up that much space. If you measure from your bumper to the end of the rack, it only sits at 36 inches. So that's 3 feet added to the back of your Jeep. If you want to use an extension piece, it's going to add more. I like how it doesn't need an extension piece to work. There's a lot of clearance issues with the spare tire. This one is perfectly fine. Oh, ground clearance. Quick look at ground clearance. At the end of the rack, it's 21.5 inches. At the center of the rack, it's 25.5 inches. And that's how high you would have to lift your bikes up if you wanted to not use the ramp. All right, so we're gonna pull these levers. That way we can drop this down. I'll make sure this is secured so it doesn't go away. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop those levers back in. And then we're going to secure them with those straps. You can see how there's a lot of straps and a lot of things to do with this bike rack compared to others. And that's just going to have to be the price you pay for all that extra weight capacity. So now that we're there, we're going to fold this rack up. So see how there's a pin, a clip and a pin. Well, this is rather a bolt. Just want to loosen that just enough where it pops out. And you have to lift up on the rack a bit. There we go. Pin comes out. Now we can push the rack up against our spare tire and then secure it. So we have just barely enough clearance there. Secure that clip. There we go. And now we have it in the compact position. So from the bumper to the end of the rack, it now sits at 19 inches of distance added to the back of the Jeep. So big difference compared to when it was folded down. This will be your more compact position. Plus, this is how you store it inside your garage. And living with this behind your car, obviously, you can't open up your rear door, but your taillights are visible and your license plate is visible. And if you had a backup camera, depending on where it would be, that may or may not be visible too. So things like that are some things people think about. With your Jeep, I do like how it is flush up against there. You have full visibility through your rear window. Well, the visibility you would have even with a spare tire on there. It was a bummer that it did not tilt away far enough for us to open up the door, but that's just going to have to be the price you're going to have to pay if you want to carry around 70-pound bikes and have an included ramp that works really well with the bike rack. So some other options for you are maybe you want something that's strong, sturdy, but is not a frame mount. You may want to check out the Ceres MHS system. Not as much of a weight capacity, but 60 pounds is still nothing to sneeze at. So it's a good comparison there. I really like this with the heavy electric bikes, and you might like it too. Hopefully this video helped you out. This was a look at the Hollywood Rack's Destination E platform rack for electric bikes right here on our 2013 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.